Hey guys, Bearded Bricks bringing you guys another video. Today we are going to be looking at the brand new Dungeons and Dragons minifigure series. There are 12 figures and I did manage to get all of them. The attendants at the LEGO store were super helpful with getting all of these figures. They actually had an app that was better than mine. If you guys didn't know, there's an app on the Android store and the iPhone store that allow you guys to scan these QR codes at the bottom of each box. Make sure you guys find the QR codes that are larger. The smaller ones are very hard to read for some cameras like I had some issue getting all these, but the LEGO store came in clutch. They are very versed with knowing that everyone wants to get a full set of these figures. They go for about $45 to get all of them, or $50. And ultimately, are they worth it? That is what we're going to be answering today. I'm going to go through and open these figures, and then we'll one by one go through each one and see if they're worth it. Obviously, if there's a certain figure you guys want, go ahead and just get those. I will let you guys know that technically there are duplicates of some of these figures that come out next week. There are multiple faces for each character, but they all did not come in each minifigure series box. They're releasing 2 separate waves of these figures. So not only are there 12, in some cases there might be 18 or 24 of these figures because the heads are different. Honestly, if you want to go through and buy duplicates, power to you. I recommend buying them on Bricklink because you can just buy the heads separately and then change them out as you want to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the figures. Alright guys, so we have all 12 figures. You guys can see I have them all lined up for you. We're going to go through all the figures from left to right. We'll do a small little shot of them you guys will be able to see on screen while I talk about them, and just give some examples of what these figures could do for you if you guys were to play D&D with them, and then also some of the other accessories that these characters may or may not have come with. There are some characters that came with 2 faces, but not all of them did, and I think that's what the LEGO representative at the store were trying to say, is that next week most of them should have 2 faces. And I think they all are just going to come together in the later generations. So first things first is we have the Barbarian Dwarf. As you can see, it's smaller legs like we are used to, with a torch and a axe. Definitely pretty cool. Obviously you can change the heads out if you guys wanted to, change the hair pieces, but you have all the pieces there of a barbarian. The next one here is we have a Gift Sorcerer with the eyeball staff and a small dagger. He has a brown pauldron, and he does have dual moded legs and back and front printing. Just so I'm not saying it for every figure, he also comes with a rat, but most of these figures come with dual moded legs, which for any other theme is not unheard of. Next we have the Tiefling Sorcerer. Pretty cool. You know, she got a little Eldritch Blast going on here on the left hand, and on the right hand she has like a baby dragon or like an imp. And she also has a brand new tailpiece as well, and horns on the head. The next, what you could say is good guys, we have a Dragonborn Paladin in gold here. He has a nice staff built out of 4 or 5 pieces and a nice printed shield and chest torso. Pretty cool character all in all. So the next figure we have here is the Halfling Druid. You guys can see his little flower staff here, and we also have a bird in his hand, all about nature and animals, taking care of the environment. Pretty cool, nice green cape, double-sided actually. It's green on the outside, brown on the inside. The next figure we have here is the Ranger Aarakocra with a bow, and this nice wing piece we have on the back that it goes on just like a cape, and we have the legs here, bird legs, and then just a torso as well with front and back printing as well. The next figure we have here is going to be a very popular character from Baldur's Gate, which is the Mind Flayer. Pretty cool, just a simple torso for him, but he does actually come with the little brain figure from the game as well, which is a nice little nod. So I'm glad they included that. Then we have Strahd, which is a very popular D&D villain. Popularized by the Curse of Strahd, which is a D&D campaign that people usually play a lot. It's like their first or second campaign, but a pretty cool figure nonetheless. The next figure we have here is the Elf Bard. He has a lute and a golden cutlass. He has a really festive neck piece as well that goes on, and then he has, obviously you can see his ears, white hair, not dual motor legs, but definitely good prints on both sides, which is nice to see. We have probably the weirdest character of the bunch, which is the Lady of Pain. Her headpiece actually covers the entire headpiece and doesn't actually have any facial features, unfortunately, but has a really cool frayed cape in the back and just like a really bizarre torso piece, as you guys can see here. Just a little weird all around. And I'm going to ruin his pronunciation for his name, but this is Cesar Tam, I believe it is, or Sam. He is like a evil warlock, evil wizard, like a necromancer type character for your campaigns. He has a fireball in one hand and a skull. I know that the print on the skull is not good, but you could sort of see it. It's a very poorly done print, unfortunately, but definitely a cool character nonetheless. And then the very last character we have here is Sasha, the evil witch. Obviously, you can see she has a purple cauldron, crafting up some evil spells. She has a spell book with, much like the Harry Potter set, she has a spell inside, or like a tome that's printed. And then she has her orange hair, and then her front and back printing, as you guys can see here, and her nice hairpiece, which is all just one big piece that comes off. And she does actually have 2 facial expressions as well. Definitely a cool figure. So just wanted to give a little bit of context before I get into my final thoughts about what you can do with these figures and why you should probably add them to your collection. So there's the Barbarian Village, there's all the castle sets that are currently upwards of $200, $300. Those sets would make great space pieces for these D&D figures. Any set that is medieval, Western, anything that's not futuristic or sci-fi, granted, they could fit in those settings if you give them the right equipment, but as is, they are a more medieval or fantasy style D&D characters, and that's where they will excel in your builds. You can build custom sets and towns and scapes and everything that they can actually go through, and they would definitely benefit from that. Or you can even use them with your Daily Bugle and your Avenger's Tower, and then have your characters transported to that new reality that they exist in. These characters will benefit from any setting you put them in, but I definitely recommend putting them in some of those older style sets, or the Castle, Barbarian Village, or the Town Square that are currently released. But let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts. All right, guys, so some of the heads do actually have different, expressions that did come with them, as you guys can see here. But not all the characters got that treatment, but I do believe that what they give you, honestly, for the $4.99 price that you guys get for these, makes these figures awesome. Like, genuinely, I love the D&D set that we got a couple months back, just in general with the 4 or 5 figures that they did give us, and the fact that they've doubled down on this to make that entire set playable. The only thing that I don't know for sure is if these figures actually have a stat block or a character sheet that came just like the D&D set. If they did that extra mile and gave you these sheets for these characters, this is awesome. LEGO should definitely do more of this D&D sets, and more. I would love for them to release like full kits, or let any of the D&D company to release these on their own. I think it can be a really cool theme to see go further down the road, instead of just being a one-off anniversary style set. But ultimately, I'd love to know what you guys think about all these figures. Do you guys have a favorite? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, hit the notification bell so you guys can see all my future uploads. And as always, I've been Bearded Bricks. I'll see you guys in the next one.